Hi everyone, it's Kelly here with Flower Child, and today I'm going to show you how I microdose the CBG 350 in my smoothie. We make a few smoothies, and as you know, you can put absolutely anything into a smoothie. Today we're going to focus on some fruit smoothies and the CBG 350. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have lived in New Mexico, California, Colorado, Oregon, and now I'm in Washington. I'm originally from Southern Africa, but I've been in the States for 35 years, and now I'm living in Washington on the Olympic Peninsula, and it's just absolutely gorgeous around here. I mean, there's so many herbs. This is my backyard. There's so many herbs that you can find. Like right here, we've got red clover. This is a red clover. And there's a white clover. So there's white clover there. There is, actually, you know what? That's not red clover. This is self-heal, I do believe. I think that's self-heal. Because over here, we have some self-heal. Right there. See that? Looks kind of the same. And you see the little purple flowers, and these are growing wild everywhere. And then we've got creeping buttercups. We've got wild daisies just growing wild. There's our little creeping buttercups right there. And they're just absolutely so fragile and delicate looking. They're just beautiful. I just love them. They just make me so happy. But what I'm doing this morning is I am looking for some dandelions that I can put in my smoothie, because we're going to make a smoothie, and I'm going to show you how I microdose with CBG 350. Look at these foxgloves. These also just grow wild around here. Just absolutely gorgeous. It's just so beautiful. To tell you the truth, I've never seen a more beautiful state than Washington in the spring, in the summertime. And we've got some self-heal right there. That's a nice one. And I'll let you know more about the self-heal. I have to kind of read a bit about it. I'm not sure what it does, but I'm sure it does something great. So I did a little research, and self-heal, which is found all over the Pacific Northwest, has been used as an anti-diarrheal, emetic, anti-mectic, blood purifier, a cold remedy, a cough medicine, gastrointestinal aid, gynecological aid, hemorrhoid remedy, orthopedic aid, pulmonary aid, respiratory aid, tuberculosis remedy, a sedative, and a venereal aid. Now, what a powerful little herb we have just growing in the backyard. If you live in the Pacific Northwest, be sure to pick some of this, dry it up, and make a nice little tea out of it. Look at all these wonderful things it can provide for you. We've also got blackberries, all kinds of berries, blackberries, salmon berries, which are an orangey color. So as you can see, there's tons of dandelions here, tons of dandelion greens, and I've never seen healthier dandelion greens. So I'm going to pick a few for the smoothie. Here's some big ones over here. And when you pick herbs and greens from the wilderness, make sure you pick them from a place that hasn't been sprayed with pesticides. Like, don't be picking them from the side of the road, because usually they spray for weeds and things, and Not many people know that dandelions are one of the healthiest greens out there. Okay, so we've got a nice few dandelions here. And yeah, look at these ferns. Aren't they gorgeous? Just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, this is also a berry. You see this leaf here? I'm not quite sure what it's called, but it's also, it has a little pincushion type red velvety berry on it. So yeah. So we're going to go and use these dandelion greens in our smoothie. I'll see you there. So these are some of the powders that I use in my smoothies just to add that extra little bit of boost. We've got turmeric, ashwagandha root, we've got maca powder for energy. There's Vitex berry powder, and that's for menopause, for hot flashes. It's supposed to help with that. We've got gymnema leaf, which helps with sugar cravings. Eleuthero root powder for energy. It's actually Siberian ginseng. Then we've got the shatavari root powder that's supposed to help with libido. We've got black cohosh root. That's another one to help with any kind of female issues, menopause, PMS, things like that. We've got hemp hearts. We've got echinacea. Today, we're just going to use these powders and leaves for our smoothie. We're going to have about a tablespoon of the nettle leaf. So nettle is really good for urinary tract health. So if you get a lot of UTIs, the tea from the leaves is very good for helping combat that. It's also good for arthritis and pain. It can manage the blood sugar, lower the blood sugar. It's very good for allergies, seasonal allergies. And it has polyphenols, which may play a role in the prevention and the management of chronic diseases that are related to inflammation, such as diabetes, obesity, cancer, and heart disease. Leaf, a tablespoon of hemp hearts. Hemp seeds are really, really nutritious, and they too can reduce the risk of heart disease. And the seeds and the oil been used for skin disorders like acne, things like that. They're a great source of plant-based protein for the vegans out there, and they can reduce the symptoms of PMS and menopause. And they also may help in any kind of digestion issues. A teaspoon of the holy basil leaf. So holy basil is really revered in India. And the Indians use it for absolutely everything. They think it is the herb for complete health. Here in the Western world, we use it to reduce stress and anxiety. It stimulates and vitalizes your body. It also protects against infection, and it treats any kind of wounds. It's supposed to lower the blood sugar and the cholesterol, and also ease in inflammation and joint pain. And it's supposed to be very good for any kind of stomach health. A half a teaspoon of dandelion root powder. So I have a herbalist friend, and I asked her what herbs were the most potent herbs out there. And she said that if we were all sent to Mars and she had to take 2 herbs with her, she would take dandelion and nettle. And dandelion, they grow absolutely everywhere. They are really nutritious. They contain potent antioxidants, and they may help fight inflammation, aid in blood sugar management. They also may reduce cholesterol and triglyceride levels, and lower blood pressure. They can promote liver health. They even may aid in weight loss. They also have anti-cancer effects, support healthy digestion, and treat constipation. Dandelions boost the immune health, and they can be useful as skincare treatment. And they also support healthy bones. So as you can see, dandelions are really, really healthy. And there's a reason that they're everywhere on this planet and very hard to get rid of. I think our Creator definitely put them there for a reason. So I would take advantage of the little lowly dandelion. The flowers can be added to salads. The roots can be ground up and put in your smoothies. The leaves can be put in smoothies. Almost every part of the plant can be used. So please enjoy the dandelion. A quarter of a teaspoon of the chaga mushroom powder. So wild mushrooms are becoming very popular with cancer prevention, and chaga mushrooms are definitely one of them. Chaga also helps with memory. It also boosts the immune system and fights inflammation, and it lowers your blood sugar and your cholesterol. So definitely think about adding a mushroom supplement to your diet. We're going to use a teaspoon of our green powder, and then we're going to put some dulce granules in there as well. So seaweed is very, very high in iodine, and iodine is really good for any kind of thyroid issues. It is also very rich in potassium. It fights inflammation, supports metabolic health, works as an antioxidant, and also provides very, very good plant-based protein. Well, so let me get that going. Okay, so we got that. So there's our powders. And so for the smoothie, what I like to do is I like to use either plain water out of the tap, filtered water, or coconut water. Now, for those of you who like to use milk in their smoothies, this Chobani oat milk is excellent. It's got 0 sugar. It tastes really, really good. And what I like about it is that when I have my tea in the morning, I like to have milk in my tea, and this makes my tea white. I've tried almond milk, I've tried coconut milk, I've tried hemp milk, all of those, and it doesn't give the tea that whiteness. It makes the tea kind of look like dirty dishwater. This is really good stuff, and zero sugar. I'm always looking for ways to reduce my calorie intake, so that works great. Another thing that you could add to is coconut milk, unsweetened coconut milk. This is pretty thick, but it gives it a really nice texture and a nice flavor. I'm going to skip that today, and we're going to go with the coconut water. And this coconut water I got at Costco. You can get like 12 of these big 1 liter containers. Well, I don't know what it was, like 10 bucks or 12 bucks, something like that. So we're going to use that, and then I'm going to put in some spinach, and here's the dandelion greens that we picked out of the garden. You don't want too many dandelion greens because they're kind of bitter. We've got some cucumber. We're going to have a squeeze of lemon, and then over here I've got my frozen fruit that I just picked up at the frozen section of the grocery store, and we're going to stick that in. So what you want to do is you want to put your liquid in first, and then you're going to put in your frozen fruits. Oh, and I'm also going to add a frozen banana. And so when my bananas get too ripe, I stick them in the freezer with their skin on and everything, and then I just put them under some hot water, get that skin loose, so we can just peel that banana and add it to the other stuff we've got in there. And then I'm going to put in the greens, put in our spinach. Oh wait, let me put these in first so that they kind of get mixed in. So we put in our dry goods, our powders, put in our spinach and our dandelion. Our cucumber goes in, and then I'm going to give this a bit of a squeeze. Another thing that I like to add is like a piece of ginger, just like a little piece of ginger, but I didn't have any ginger with me today. I couldn't find any in the fridge, so there we go. Put the lid on that puppy, and let's turn it on. Okay, now as far as adding the CBG 350, I like to add this to the glass after I've poured it in, just because there's a lot of smoothie here, and I've got other people who want to drink it, and not everybody wants CBG. So I'm going to add a quarter of a dropper full of this to my glass and mix it in. Okay. Tastes yummy. So here we go. There you see all of our droppers are graduated, so you can measure the exact amount that you need. So there's about a quarter. I'm going to add that in. And we're going to mix that in really well. There you have your smoothie all ready to go for breakfast, with a nice bit of CBG in there to give you more focus and more energy throughout your day. Enjoy.